Hey, what's up, everyone? It's John here, and I'm also known as the Property Shark. But most importantly, welcome back to another episode of the On the Rise podcast. Joining us actually is my good friend Scott and his brother Troy. They're representing Veg Out. I'm super excited to have you both on the show today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
We're super pumped. It's very good.
Absolutely. So, you guys have honestly, launched for how long was it?
It's been about 3 months. We started in early August.
Okay, early August, 3 months, and you guys have gained quite a lot of social media following.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, it's been great. A lot of word of mouth. People have been loving the food, sharing our posts on social media. A couple of high influencers in Vancouver were sharing it. So people are loving what they see.
Yeah.
And even from day one, it's been really good. So we had a big turnout and a lot of people posting on social media and kind of driving up the followers. So that's been nice.
That's awesome. I'd love to get into more of that too,
Yeah.
of how you guys really leverage social media. But before we get into that, for our listeners that don't know about both of you and Veg Out,
Okay.
Could you give us a quick spiel, maybe a 1 minute rundown of what you guys are about?
For sure. So Veg Out is a 100% plant-based food truck. And we serve up 100% fast food favorites, from burgers to shakes to wings to poutines. And we really came up with this concept, my brother and I, because we're both vegan, and we've been vegan for about 5 years. We love animals, and we wanted to create a fast food option for people to have that's delicious. And yeah.
My bad.
Alright. Do you have anything to add to that, Troy?
Not at this time.
Cool. So why don't we start there? Because being vegan for 5 years. So prior to that, you guys did you guys consume meat on a regular basis?
Growing up, we did consume meat. That's just how we were raised, and we never really thought into what goes behind your food, everything that goes on behind the scenes. It wasn't until I think I was about grade 9 or 10 when I first went vegetarian. I saw the documentary Earthlings, and it changed my life forever. It kind of just gives you a new perspective on the food that you eat. You don't really think about it too much until you actually see it, and once you see it, it just can't be unseen.
Yeah, and same story for me. I think I went vegetarian in about grade 10 when I was 15. Similar thing, I watched a few documentaries. And then Troy was vegetarian at the time. So I was we're already cooking vegetarian in the house. So I went with it and never looked back. And then about 6 or 7 years, 8 years later, we went vegan. And it's been amazing. We feel good about what we eat. We're healthy, energetic.
Yeah, for us, the transition from vegetarian to vegan was super easy. Yeah. I mean, we both did it overnight, and we never looked back. And honestly, it was one of the best decisions I've made in my life so far. And I feel great about everything. And
yeah, the alternatives too, today, since we started when we were vegetarian to now, it's grown so much with the meat alternatives, dairy alternatives.
Yeah, I remember back in the day when we first were going grocery shopping in the stores, they would have maybe 1 or 2 items here and there, and you'd really have to search hard to find the items. And now you go into the grocery store, you can find literally anything that is meat you can find in a vegan version, and it's crazy. They have full freezers, full shelves of every product you can imagine in vegan version, which is awesome. So
yeah, it's great. And even people who are looking to gradually kind of introduce themselves to plant-based options, like Meatless Mondays type of thing. You can always go to the grocery store. They got plant-based everything, or you can search up on Google even whatever you're craving. You can search up vegan recipe. If you're craving a burger, vegan burger recipe, and it's pretty easy to see the top ones, and you can kind of select that and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, they say perfect is the enemy of good. I mean, there's no perfect way to go plant-based or vegan right away. Everyone has their own pace and everyone has their own path. And you just kind of got to go at your own pace. For some people, they can do it overnight. Some people, it could take time. And honestly, I just would say to people, if you're thinking about going plant-based, I would say give it a shot. It's the best thing that I've ever done. I feel great about it. And I think he could say the same. So.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So I guess like so from going to vegan and then from consuming meat to vegetarian, and then that switch from vegetarian to vegan was overnight.
Yeah.
But I guess when you transition from consuming meat to going vegetarian, how was that transition, and how did you guys like slowly get over it? Like because like, I would assume like you would have some sort of like meat cravings once in a while. Like how did you?
Yeah, honestly, for me,
Mhm.
once I saw that documentary Earthlings, I immediately I couldn't I
You
was off
couldn't.
meat for good. So
Wow.
that day after I saw it, I never had any like meat product ever again
Right.
from that moment on. It's different for everybody, obviously, because
Mhm.
it's hard. Like changing your whole lifestyle, you can't really do that overnight. A lot of people can't do it overnight.
Mm-hmm.
But with help and support from like our friends and family who are already vegetarian or vegan, it made it a lot easier and
Yeah.
a lot smoother of a process transitioning. So.
Yeah, and then like even in high school, like we were so used to eating out at lunchtime.
Right. Yeah. I
Um,
remember.
So we would like I'd pack my own lunch when I went vegetarian, and I'd have like a sandwich with like a company is called Eve's with their like veggie ham and stuff, and it was really good. That way it was pretty easy, and like we started just making stuff that we used to love, but we made it vegetarian.
Right.
Now we make it vegan.
Got it.
Yeah, so it's really easy once you get like knowledge about it and like what you're doing.
So I guess like beyond the fact that like I guess you couldn't stand the animals being mistreated or harmed.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the documentary,
Yeah.
but beyond that, like what was kind of the biggest life-changing effect of going like vegan, like that you've both experienced?
Yeah, honestly, like you said, the main reason we transitioned to the plant-based vegan diet is because we didn't support like the exploitation of animals, and we didn't agree what was going on there. It also has great health benefits and environmental benefits as well. I know like one meat burger compared to a vegan burger, it uses over 90% less water, less land, and about 40% less energy to create the burgers. So.
Yeah, and then health wise too, like you have lower risk of diabetes. Like your blood pressure isn't as high and stuff
Right.
like that.
Yeah, lower
Especially if
chance
you eat
of
whole foods.
heart disease,
Yeah.
because lower cholesterol and.
Right. And you like more energy, I think, Scott, you mentioned.
Oh yeah, I did
Yeah.
notice that initially when I transitioned from the plant based to fully vegan. I felt like in the mornings I had a lot more energy when I woke up first thing. Before I'd be kind of like a little bit drowsy and whatnot, but like as soon as I transitioned into the plant based, I just felt I felt a little better and just it felt great.
Also, like after you eat your meal, you're not as bloated.
Mm.
Like we found we play a lot of sports. I don't know like if you found this, but when I play sports, like I found myself not as tired, and not as bloated. Like I had more energy and just felt like lighter.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Floating on air.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So why don't we jump right into it? I mean, like you guys, I guess definitely have experienced like positive changes from going vegetarian to vegan.
Yeah.
Where did the idea of bringing this and sharing wonderful vegan food to the public, like how did that idea come about?
Well, yeah, we're so passionate about plant based and veganism, and we want to be able to provide people the opportunity to have like delicious plant based fast food options.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of healthy plant-based options around, which are great too. Don't get me wrong, we love eating healthy plant-based options. But for fast food, kind of junk food comfort meals, I feel like we wanted to be able to bring that to Vancouver. And I feel like that's one thing that was missing in Vancouver was fast food, burgers, shakes, like fries. There wasn't a lot of it around. And we've had this idea for about 3 or 4 years. And it just took a long time to actually get everything lined up to where we are today.
Yeah, especially like the recipes we've been working on like the last year or so, I'd say. Like our crispy chicken burger is like one of our biggest hits, and it took us about a year and a half to
a lot of trial and error with that one. Getting the seasonings right, getting
crispy.
The cooking time right. It was a lot of trial and error and a lot of testing for that for sure.
Yeah.
So I guess like just to give our listeners an idea of like how much love and thought went into creating this place, like it didn't just like come up like overnight. Kind of what was the process of creating Oh, like by the way, if you're in Vancouver and you haven't tried their crispy chicken burger yet, yo, like it's legit. It's so good. It's so good. Just a plug. Just a plug.
Thanks so much.
And their shakes are good too. And their poutine and wings, everything. So, yeah, you guys gotta go check them out. But like, what was kind of the thought process behind creating that burger? Like when you guys said like you guys had to refine everything from the seasoning to the cooking time to everything. Like just give our audience like a little bit of a rundown of what that whole experience looked like to create what you have right now.
First, it involved trying a lot of food. We've traveled like the West Coast.
Whole West Coast.
Trying vegan
LA,
food.
tried pretty much every like vegan fast food restaurant like there is basically, and that gave us a lot of like insight on what we liked and what we didn't like, and then we kind of just tweaked it to what we think people would enjoy.
Yeah, we tried different seasonings to try to make it like taste like a typical chicken burger, but plant-based. So not just vegans love it, but everyone would love it. Like we've had people come to the truck, they're like, oh, this is my favorite burger I've ever had, and they're not vegan. So like hearing that,
like
amazing.
Those reviews are our favorite reviews because we like other people who aren't plant-based or vegan. We love when they come try us out and with an open mind, and when they really enjoy what we put out, it makes us feel really good. So just mixing different things together. I think we tried probably over like 20 different variations of it.
Holy smokes! Wow.
Yeah. On the first variation, like from where we started to
start to finish,
you definitely
a big change.
And I guess in terms of like sourcing the ingredients too, I guess as a restaurant and like when you're going plant-based, like obviously we have a lot more variety nowadays, but for you guys, like was it about like testing like different firmness of like ingredients or texture-wise? Like was that did that come into play too? When you guys were like making the chicken burger, like beyond the fact that it tastes like a real chicken burger, like texture, firmness, and seasoning and all that.
Yeah, texture for sure. We wanted to make sure it was like a juicy burger. We didn't want it to be like dry, but we wanted also to maintain the crunchiness or the crispiness of the burger.
Yeah, and the flavor profile of the dredge, the homemade dredge we made. We didn't want it to be too much spice or not enough spice. Sometimes it was too spicy, sometimes it was too salty. Just to get like the combination right. There's probably around like 12 to 15 different spices in that mix. So I mean it's not just a few spices we chucked in. We really worked on that, and I think we perfected it pretty well. So
nice. Wow. So 3 years in the making, 3 to 4 years you guys had this idea. You guys spent like 1 whole year trying to perfect the recipe and get, I guess, the menu down. Beyond that, like when you guys were thinking about launching, I know like initially you guys had plans to open up the store, but then you guys went the food truck route. Maybe you guys want to talk a little bit about that?
For sure. Yeah. We wanted to start with a restaurant to begin with because we have so many ideas that we want to introduce with our menu. Food truck is very limited in space on what you can carry in the food truck. So we kind of had to narrow down our menu to like our favorites, what we like right now.
Yeah, what's on our menu right now is like it's just the tip of the iceberg. We have so many ideas and stuff that we want to like provide to everybody, but I mean with the limited space we have in the truck, we can offer seasonal rotation like menu, but our end goal is definitely to be in a restaurant where we can offer all the ideas that we've come up with. So
and then like back to the restaurant when we first wanted to try to get into that, it was hard for us to find the right spot. We didn't want to be like locked down in a big lease where if we didn't have the right location, and it was high risk because nobody's tried our food yet. We didn't have like 5,000 followers like we do now.
Right.
But like now, like since we're growing and everything, it's definitely like it would be in our future. We'd love.
Yeah, we feel a lot more confident opening up a restaurant now, seeing people's reactions. That's kind of why we went the food truck route in the first place. We weren't sure how people would respond to our food, and people responded like amazing, and we're so grateful for all the love and support that everyone has showed us. And we're pumped, and we can't wait. Every day we go out, we're excited, and honestly, it doesn't feel like work to us, which is like it's great.
So I guess talk to me a little bit about I guess starting and opening up a food truck business or any new business amidst kind of the pandemic. Like going into it, kind of like, did you have any concerns initially before you launched? Did you guys want to maybe wait it out to see how things play out, or were you guys like pretty set on like launching, and how did you guys overcome, I guess, your roadblocks for that?
Yeah. So we started our build before COVID happened. It was about around this time last year, I believe, in October maybe.
Yeah.
The build of the food truck, and that took about all the way past to March.
Okay.
Like to finish, and then as soon as March, we were getting ready to open, like getting Fraser Health lined up and everything like that, gas, propane, fire
Then
inspection.
COVID kind of hit.
COVID kind of hit.
Spiked. That's when that first initial spike took off.
In the middle of when you guys were just getting everything lined up.
Because we were planning to open
Events.
up around that time, and then once COVID hit, obviously everything shut down,
right.
Which caused us to we weren't able to open. So
yeah, and then like a lot of events, like they obviously couldn't operate. Events had to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there was no music festivals this year, and that's a big food truck thing. P&E, like even small venues, they couldn't really host food trucks.
Right.
So we kind of adapted. And our first one we went to was Greater Vancouver Food Truck Festival.
Sure.
And so they had all the COVID safety rules planned out,
Mm-hmm.
and we had ours as well. So that was a good first step for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of got into like breweries, farmers markets.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's been great so far for us. And that kind of helped with the parking and trying to find somewhere to park. Because if we didn't have that, it would be really tough to find events in general.
Mm-hmm.
So breweries, farmers markets have been great so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I guess in terms of partnering up with breweries or these events, like, did they reach out to you? Did you guys have to call a lot of people, cold email a lot of people?
Yeah, funny thing about that, we started off and the first time we tried to reach out to breweries, we sent out a couple emails.
Yeah.
Didn't really get any response back. We went and handed out our business cards to a bunch of breweries.
Right.
Heard nothing back, so we were like kind of getting a little worried because I thought somebody would at least give us a response.
Mm-hmm.
And then luckily one of the breweries reached out and said, we have a spot that opened up. Would you guys like to come?
Mm-hmm.
And we said, yeah, of course, we'd love to. And ever since then, they've been reaching out to us because they see the response and the people that we bring.
Wow.
And it's been great. And now we don't have too much trouble lining up people because we have a lot of businesses and stuff reach out to us.
We've also had like customers that will tag us in breweries posts. So they, you should have like at @vegout_YVR.
Yeah.
And we got a brewery in New West from that. So that was awesome.
Right.
And then there's a few other ones that, we've been tagged in that we're kind of looking into now.
Yeah, it's a lot of like word of mouth. A lot of people know like owners of breweries or managers of the breweries, and they request us to come there. And now we're trickling in more and more, starting to contact us and saying, "Would you like to come out?" And now our schedule is definitely filling up, and it's awesome.
That's really cool. And maybe like talk to us a little bit about social media. Because you guys keep on saying word of mouth, right? But I think that the driving force behind it was meticulous planning and execution, like on the social media side of things, to be able to really push the awareness and I guess the Veg Out brand out right to the public. So did you guys like have like a social media expert help you out with that stuff? Like when you guys, or like who like made all the posts and took all the photos? Like how did you guys execute on that end? Because I think
honestly,
that was my brother.
We both we were the Instagram posters.
I learned a little bit in school and like online. I did a lot of research. We just like to
see like other businesses and what they post and what looks good, and honestly, we were all just kind of like self-taught and. For photos and everything, we take all the photos ourselves.
Wow, they look really good, like clean quality, like well produced.
Yeah, we wanted it to be clean, simple, effective. We wanted to be consistent with our posts to keep like the people engaged and like everything.
Right.
With our stories as well. We've done a few giveaways.
Oh, nice.
So that's like drove up interest.
Okay.
What else would be big for social media?
Just like. Obviously, we started out
to everyone.
Yeah, we started out small.
Yeah. Okay.
Our first initial following was basically just friends and family.
Yeah.
When we first started out.
Yeah.
And then after our first event, that's when we really took off. Everyone started reposting and tagging our food, and that kind of just got the word out and it expanded to like different friends groups. And then from there, I just kind of, it was a trickle down effect. And now it's been crazy to see how many followers we've gained so quickly. It's been crazy.
And we did a video for the grand opening. We had someone help us out while we were in the truck.
Sure.
For like initial reactions on the food.
Yeah.
So I think that really helped too. People were like able to see the video and watch their first reactions, like raw reactions from them like right away. So, and seeing that people wanted to come to our truck. And then from there, people like share on their stories our food. Everyone sees it.
Yeah.
Our big thing too is making sure the food is looking great every time.
Oh, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
And consistent quality control. We really like make sure that everything is awesome that goes out. We don't want something to be like, just subpar.
Right.
Yeah, that's the reason why right now we're only operating 2 to 3 days a week, because right now it's basically a family-run business.
Wow.
Obviously, we're in it full time, and we have a couple family members helping us out. So it's, in order to be able to go out every day, we would have to hire more employees, which we definitely are going to be looking into in the near future. Obviously, with winter, we'll probably be slowing down a little bit with the weather, but we can't wait for next spring and summer. We're pumped for that.
Yeah,
that's super exciting. And when you guys were planning the grand opening, was there some thought that was kind of put into it, or were you guys like just like going with the flow and just pulling up to the venue? Like, how did you guys like prepare yourself for the grand opening?
Yeah, honestly, the grand opening, like, we were really scared. I didn't know really what to expect. It's our first time going out. We obviously didn't know anything really other than like what we've practiced. We weren't ready for the amount of people that showed, and it was crazy to see the reaction that we got right away. We weren't expecting it. We pulled up, we started prep. We did a lineup like half an hour before we even opened. So we're like, okay, like we got no time to like ease into it. It was just like go, go, go. And honestly, I think that helped us out in the long run, because now it's been pretty much like that ever since. And it's been great.
Yeah, and we wanted to make sure like our first location was kind of central to everyone. So Burnaby was a really good spot in Brentwood there, close to the SkyTrain. And then surroundings like New West, Coquitlam, Vancouver, Surrey's not that far away. Yeah. So everyone was kind of able to come see, and like friends and family would stop by too. Yeah. So that was a good location. That was planning. Like we tried to plan like a good location to start. Obviously a weekend. I think it was a Saturday. Yeah. So we wanted it to be a Saturday to open. Other than that, like for planning, it was just pretty much the marketing.
Yeah, we didn't really know how much to bring, or like how much people were going to show up. True. So we thought we stocked the truck with a lot. We're like, we're going to come back with so much stuff, but it's better to be over prepared. And we were under prepared because we sold out with like an hour and a half left, or an hour left in the event. Yeah. And we're like,
my, no. You guys, like, I remember.
The only thing we could sell was milkshakes. That was the only thing we had left. Milkshakes and fries, I think. It was crazy. We weren't expecting that crowd right away, but we were so pumped once we saw like the love and support that everyone was giving us, and that just made us stoked for all the next events. So
we bought a few more coolers since then. Stock them up.
Now we really got to stock the trucks. So.
Oh, that's I remember. I think I showed up towards the tail end of the, and then he was like,
we're sold out.
I know. No, that's awesome, but I guess it kind of puts your concept to test, right? Because you never really know till you launch, like, how the market's going to react. Yeah. And that was obviously an overwhelmingly reaction,
but in a very positive
way.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, and like even selling out, people were like, oh, Veg Out sold out. Like, so they're like, oh, it must have been like amazing. So like the next time we came back, it was the same thing, like really big line. Yeah. Early line.
Yeah. It was crazy.
I think we sold out like the next 2 times as well, to be honest.
Wow. Yeah, it was close for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Even though you guys were extra prepared.
Yeah, each time we brought a little bit more and then a little bit more.
Now we just bring it like as much.
Now we stock the truck. Now we don't sell out because we literally bring like as much as we possibly can. Yeah. So I definitely think now we're pretty prepared for the events. So
that's awesome. And before we kind of transition, I do want to kind of bring it back to like strategic partnerships with like breweries and or like finding the right venues to take place and be a part of, like for someone that's thinking about maybe launching a food truck, like do you have any recommendations for like what breweries to partner up with? Like you mentioned earlier, Scott, like the location has to be central. Like beyond that, what else to look for in like these partnerships with like breweries or other food truck venues or farmers market? Like what do you guys look for?
Yeah, the thing that's great about breweries is like we kind of benefit off each other. Like burgers go well with beer.
Oh,
Like wings, we sell a lot of wings there.
Yeah.
But as far as like other food trucks and breweries, I would just say like contact them, like keep in touch. Like
Keep reaching out. Honestly, if you get turned down right away, we got turned down multiple times before we heard back. So definitely don't give up. Don't get discouraged.
They're very friendly. Like every brewery we've gone to has been awesome.
A lot of the times it's not they don't want you there. It's just they're overbooked and they're busy. They have a lot of other food trucks lined up. I know some of them have food trucks lined up for like a month in advance. So like unless there's a cancellation or something, it's hard to really get in. So it just could take a while, but once you're in and they know you and get to learn a little bit more about you, you just gain a good relationship with them, and it works out for both of us.
Yeah, and then same with farmers market. Did we contact them?
Yeah, we reached out to the first farmers market that we did, and we just said, hey, we're starting out, brand new food truck, new concept, and we'd love to be in your market. And the manager of the market messaged us back like instantly. Yeah. She's like, oh, we would be so pumped. We would be thrilled to have you guys. Yeah. So we were like, holy, wow, that was quick. She's like, what dates? Can you do all the dates? And we're like, yeah. We can do pretty much all the dates. So we were there every second weekend, every second Sunday. And that was great. And it was another good way to get out to a different group of like a different crowd. And
that one was in Surrey in Clayton Heights. Yeah. So it was good. Like, we've been to Burnaby, we went to New West. So we really wanted to go to Surrey just because we found like they're missing a lot of vegan like restaurants here, and our type of food, you can't really get it in Surrey. You have to travel like pretty far. Yeah,
Vancouver is like it's pretty saturated with vegan food and vegan fast food or comfort foods. But when you go over like Surrey, Langley, New West, Burnaby, there's not as much.
Right.
And you can definitely see that when we go out to these areas that the people are like very grateful and they love that we're like accommodating them and able to serve them. So
it kind of ties back to your previous question, like for location. Like we started with Greater Vancouver and like Lower Mainland. We've had a lot of requests for Vancouver. We eventually plan to go there, probably like in the new year or spring sometime. But it's been awesome starting like in Lower Mainland, like where we live, and then Greater Vancouver, just because they're missing like our type of food, and providing that to everyone has been awesome for us. And people are loving it, and it's great.
All right, so the next question is this logo, Veg Out. I mean, and the beautiful Veganator, right? Some merch you guys have going on.
Yeah, starting to create the merch line.
The merch line. So tell me a little bit about like how Veg Out came about, and also I guess the thought process behind like making the logo and I guess the Veganator. And
obviously for the name Veg Out, we just obviously veg for veggies, like vegan. And veg out, just like hang out, chill out, just have a good time, basically eating vegan food. And
we wanted it to be simple and like for just say like if you were to say to your friend, oh, let's go to Veg Out.
Smooth, like quick name, easy, very recognizable name. People, something they'll remember. And that's kind of what we wanted to do and integrate that with the logo. We wanted something simple, clean, like inviting colors. That's why we kind of went with the green and the orange, because we feel like that really pops out. On our truck, we have so many compliments of people just saying, oh, I love your color scheme. Like it just really pops when we're standing in there in a parking lot and people see it, kind of just like draws them to us.
Like even when we're driving on the street, we've had people like yell down their window,
start waving at us.
They're like, are you open today? And they're like, oh, sorry, we're just getting gas.
Can I get pull up to like the gas station? Like, can I get a shake?
So like on our truck, we wanted to have our logo really big on each side, so like people can see it from far away. And then have our colors like orange and green.
Brand recognition is huge when growing your brand or business, and just something clean, simple. And
have our burger and shake.
Our staples of our menu, obviously our burgers and our milkshakes.
Oh, I love that.
And just incorporate that into the logo.
And did you guys like design the logo? Like, did you guys talk with like a branding expert?
Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
graphic designer design our logo.
Sure.
We
Talked
told
them through
them
it.
what we wanted and exactly how we wanted it. Obviously, we don't have much experience in graphic design, so we couldn't put it together ourselves. But yeah, the person who did it for us, they did an excellent job, and yeah, we were thrilled with how it turned out.
Yeah, and then same with this Veganator that
Yeah,
we,
tell me
we just
about
came
that.
out with.
Veganator tea.
Well, the Veganator is it's like our
Signature
our
burger, I would
yeah.
say. Just how other companies have their signature burger, ours would be the Veganator. It's a combination of our crispy chicken patty with a Beyond Meat patty, the veggie bacon, and it is the biggest
Big.
burger you probably ever like try. You can't even barely fit your hands
It's,
around it.
It's got our special sauce.
Yeah, our veg out sauce.
Definitely filling, and we wanted to incorporate like the animals that you'd be saving eating this. So
Yeah, that's why with the chicken,
Wow.
the chicken burger, the beef patty,
and then
and then the bacon.
The bacon for the pig.
So we wanted to
Oh.
throw all three into a burger and call it the Veganator. And people love it. They get
Yeah.
pumped when they say the name. It's just,
And
yeah.
then, and then with their logo, like they're happy, thumbs are up, as you can see. And we put our chef's hat on the cow there, flexing.
Flexing.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. No, that's really cool. A lot of thought went into that.
Yeah, we
For sure.
definitely took some time designing and getting the logo how we wanted it. The first couple times, yeah, we definitely had to tweak it a bit to get it to where it is now. But yeah, we were really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, same with the truck wrap. Like we had wrap guys help us with that, and we kind of talked them through, and they were very good with that. And I mean, it's been awesome. Everyone loves that too. So definitely helps our brand.
For sure. And I guess like moving forward, what's the vision, or where do you guys want to take Veg Out, kind of like holistically or like big picture wise? Like where do you see yourself in maybe like 5 years?
Yeah, big picture, we want to eventually open up our like flagship store somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly quite sure where, but yeah, we really love. That's our dream, to have the restaurant and kind of just build the brand up a bit more, gain some more following, and
Introduce our recipes that we still have. We have a lot
Wow.
of breakfast like recipes that we've done, and so many more burgers.
oh yeah, we have
shakes.
so many burgers, like
Uh,
it's crazy. So we really want to be able to introduce those and
Yeah,
start having people try out all the burgers that we've thought of over the years and experimented with. So
and then have people who can come any day. We're open like every day, and then
yeah, we get a lot of
Try that.
people asking when we're open, and it sucks. Like, we're obviously not open every day, which we'd
Mhm.
like to be. So hopefully in the future, once we get the restaurant, we'll be able to be open all the time, so people will know where to find us every day. So yeah, that's definitely the end goal.
Well, what are some of the up and coming burgers and milkshakes that you guys have lined up? Just give us a little
Oh,
taste.
we have one coming up on our food truck real soon. We're gonna introduce a breakfast burger, and
Right on.
it's gonna be, there's a company in Vancouver called Tomorrow Foods,
Okay.
and so we're gonna be using their sausage
Breakfast
patties.
sausage patty. It's going to be with a vegan egg, bacon,
Yeah.
like a homemade chipotle mayo, and a homemade like hollandaise sauce on top. So we're pretty stoked to bring that out.
Wow.
And another few things that we're doing for the shakes. We got a couple seasonal shakes that we want to introduce for the month of December. It's
Okay.
getting cold, so we'll see. But it's definitely time for peppermint. We're thinking
Oh.
gingerbread and eggnog. So we're going to be experimenting with those in the next few
Candy
weeks.
cane.
Candy cane
Yeah.
one. Oh, that's
Yeah.
And then
so-
we'll do like our take on eggnog, so that should be pretty good too. We got a lot of ideas, but we'll give you those ones for now, and you'll have to wait and see for the other ones.
No, I tried the pumpkin one. It was I
Yeah.
think it was probably my favorite.
The pumpkin
Uh,
pie, yeah, that was honestly one of my favorites too.
That was so good.
Yeah, I remember when I was vegetarian, I used to love pumpkin pies and pumpkin milkshakes, and that's one thing that we couldn't really get here was a vegan pumpkin pie meal or any milkshake
Yeah.
really. And to be able to bring that to the people was awesome, because we
Yeah.
were really excited about that one.
And then the Thanksgiving burger too. We kind of got a little creative with that. We wanted to have something that was like Thanksgiving type meal, where we had like our chicken burger, crispy chicken burger,
Yeah.
garlic mashed potatoes,
Yeah, homemade garlic mashed potatoes,
sage aioli,
gravy, and a
and
sage
gravy.
aioli. Yeah, it was a big hit.
Yeah,
And every month we have a rotating sanctuary burger, we call it.
Mm.
And $1 from every burger goes to the Happy Herd Farm Sanctuary. in Aldergrove.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're really pumped to be associated with them and
help them out.
yeah,
help
we
the
love helping
animals.
them out.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really cool. And you guys got approached to franchise already, hey? Remember? You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
Is that in the books?
That was super early on, like in our journey.
Yeah.
Obviously, like it's something we kind of wanted to just stick with it with ourselves. Right
Yeah,
now.
we were honored to get for them to even reach out. We were like, wow, this is crazy. We thought about it and we really just went over pretty much every scenario in our heads and thought it's just way too early. We kind of want to have full control and do what we want to do when we want to, like how we want to do it. And yeah, the quality control was huge for us. We weren't ready to franchise out and not know what the quality of the food is going to be going out. We want to be able to make sure that it's 100%.
Yeah,
for us.
Yeah, we want like pretty much like we want to be able to like say down the road if it happens again and we're ready. Just at this time we weren't ready for it because we have so many plans that we want to do first, like open a restaurant first before we do franchise out. But it was definitely an honor to receive that and kind of talk about it and learn from that as well.
Really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I guess to wrap this up, if there was, I guess, from the whole journey of thinking about Veg Out and bringing it to life and seeing how, you know, the public is reacting, I guess, like, what was one of the biggest challenges that you guys have to face throughout the journey, and how do you guys overcome that? Just off the top of your head, if there's like one.
The biggest challenge, like starting up.
Yeah, starting up.
Honestly, one of the hardest parts was getting the truck in order and getting everything to code, making sure everything was to pass fire, Fraser Health.
The layout.
Just the layout of how everything was in the truck, and just getting all the permits and contacting everything. That's like kind of the biggest thing that we, I guess, have had some struggles with.
Yeah, there's a few speed bumps. We had to get a few things fixed. Like when our truck got built, a few things had to get like switched around. But other than that, I mean, recipes like the ones we've introduced have, I mean, been amazing. Word has been amazing. So
yeah, one of the other things is obviously COVID. It definitely played a part in how everything kind of shaped out. Without having like the big event or the big festivals and stuff, we obviously had to improvise, and we found different ways to get involved, and it worked out great for us. And we're very fortunate for the opportunities that we've been given.
And for us to run through the winter too, that's awesome. Like even during COVID still.
Yeah. We know a lot of food trucks, they end up shutting down through winter because obviously it's just so cold. People don't really like come out as much to like events and stuff. But with us, I mean, we're gonna try to run through as much of winter as we can, weather permitting. I mean, if it starts snowing, we're gonna have an issue.
Snow starts tomorrow.
Snow and ice. We won't be out.
Yeah, it's not a good combo, but other than that, everything's been going pretty smooth, and we're very grateful and fortunate to be where we're at right now. Yeah,
and we're excited for what's to come too, and like these next 5 months. It's only been like 3 or 4 months.
So we're still very early on. Wow. But the journey's been unreal so far. And like I said, we're so grateful for all the love and support everyone has given us. And we've made so many new friends and met so many like amazing people, and
just having a blast doing it too.
It's great to be able to do what you love. It definitely makes going to work every day a lot more enjoyable. For sure. And it's something that we're obviously very passionate about. So.
And then on the note of passion, I guess like this was like for the love of food and animals. Like, do you have any recommendations or advice on how to find your passion, or is it very like catered to each individual? And
honestly, everyone has their own path when choosing if they want to like go to more plant-based diets. Like we were saying, it's not a race. You can start out small, meatless Mondays, a plant-based meal here and there every day. You could try out maybe a week or two of going plant-based, see if you feel any differences or notice any differences. And everyone has their own path, and everyone just go at their own pace. Honestly, it's been the best decision I've made in my life, and I will never be going back. So that's all I could say for me.
And then like as far as passion, like whatever you're passionate about, I feel like if you follow that, like for work, it's been awesome for us. We have so much fun doing it. It doesn't feel like work at all to us. And just seeing everyone's reactions too, it keeps us going to like come up with new things and keep everyone excited. So that's been great.
Perfect. And where can people find out more about you guys? Where can people reach you guys on social media?
Follow us on Instagram at vegout_YVR.
And then also on Facebook, Veg Out YVR. Also, we have our website, veg-out.ca. And we basically post where we're going to be for the weekend every Tuesday evening. So I'll have to do that today. So yeah, like if you follow that, you'll be able to see where we're going to be. And then, just follow us on Instagram or check out our website. And
we're also really looking into once the COVID restrictions ease up. We can't wait to get into catering, birthdays, weddings, big like corporate events.
Wow.
We really want to get into that too. And we're really excited to see where the future
of Veg Out.
The future of Veg Out.
Perfect. Well, we're very lucky to have you guys in Vancouver, in Surrey, and love the food you guys make, and just and from everyone too, just thank you for showing up and doing good for us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having us on the podcast. It's been fun too.
Great experience for sure.
Perfect. All right, that's a wrap.